Hi guys, welcome back to Tottenham. We are Tottenham TV. It's been a very stressful afternoon, but Spurs got the 3 points in the end. Tottenham 3, Bournemouth 1, goals from Sarr, Son, and a beautiful last one from Richarlison from an amazing cross from Brennan Johnson. But Bournemouth were absolutely amazing as far as I'm concerned. Considering the size of the club, the amount of budget they have, and how new the manager is, incredibly impressed with how they did. I'm here with Brains. Are you you look knackered, stressed.
I kind of need a stretcher. I'm actually just going to go down and wait for someone to come on with a stretcher.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Yeah.
Just look, Bournemouth come here to our ground on a run. Everton came on, we played Everton on a run.
Yeah.
And we've beaten teams who are just, that's huge for us. Honestly, you can enjoy your new year now because that's a worldie of a performance from a team. Like, individuals just have an incredible time, but I can't believe we've managed to hold on at the end there.
And Arsenal lost. Hilarious.
Oh!
I only just found that out. Hilarious. Let's talk about some of the stuff that went on in the game. I'm going to have to start, I'm afraid. Once again, injuries. Pat Matasar went off crying and Valise went off crying. What I will say, though, is let's give some smooth with some rough. Lolo Bentancur came back, played 60 minutes, and was majestic as far as I was concerned.
And that first 30 minutes, wow, just showed how calm and collective on the ball. The way he works with Gio Lo Celso, who I thought had a world of a performance, and Sarr. It was only when Sarr went off where that triangle seemed to break down a little bit. But to be able to get 60 minutes in his first, and I didn't think he was anywhere near coming back. And then he plays 60 minutes today. Wow.
Absolutely incredible. You mentioned Gio Lo Celso. I want to talk a little bit about him as well. As I've said over the past few weeks, it's so vital for Tottenham coming into this January period where we've got 2 Premier League games and potentially 2 cup games, hopefully 2 cup games. We need him to be fit for all of those. Yeah. Because obviously, I mean, Pat Matasar is now going to be out anyway, but he was going to the African Nations Cup. If we can have a Bentancur, Lo Celso, Kulusevski available the whole time, and obviously with, Pierre and Skippy around as well, depending on whether Pierre stays. I think if Pierre goes, I think it'll be at the end of the window, realistically. Yeah. But Lo Celso was unbelievable today. I've given star performances to Ben Davies at the back, who once again put his head on everything. Yeah. Amazing positioning, good passing out, and also during a period where we were really struggling to get hold of the game, get hold of the ball, he would often kind of make runs down the left with the ball and just get us 40 or 50 yards up the pitch.
That one run he did was incredible.
Destiny Udogie is just an absolute beast. And obviously, let's mention the goal. So a brilliant finish from Sarr into the bottom left-hand corner. Beautiful. And then the second was Sonny's. Do you want to talk us through Sonny's goal?
Because I'm going, don't cut it back to Sonny. Because Sonny is looking leggy the whole game. He's making the wrong decisions there. He does make essentially the right move because he is doing it with the outside of his left foot. And Sonny, you're just thinking cut back, bang. Hits the back post.
Well, what happened is
world-class finish.
Yeah, it was an amazing finish. But what had happened is in the previous 10 minutes, he'd had another very similar opportunity, and he just made the complete wrong decision. Yeah. And we've been calling at him for not only all game, but actually the last couple of games to have more shots. This time, the ball seemed to get a bit stuck under his foot on the left side, but an absolutely elite finish.
This is what you get with elite world-class players. Is even when they're in a bad patch, we're going 2 games here. We're going, Sonny's going to look like he's a bit of a bad patch. Still scoring goals in it. Yeah. And he just needs that moment in a game and bang. And then the thing is, he could have ended that game with assists or the assist of the assist. You know, he put beautiful. He was joking at the end there with Richarlison, going, "How could you miss that?" He said that there at the end. He's he put a beautiful ball for Richarlison. He put a beautiful inside ball that could have been a goal with Højbjerg scored it to Brian Gill. He ended up being, the end, a pivotal player in that win. Hard to go and he's not man of the match. I think you got Udogie, Ben Davies, Lo Celso and him. Yeah. Hard to not give either of them.
Yeah. And let's talk about the third goal, an almost carbon copy of Richarlison's goal against Everton. Yeah. A beautiful cross from Brennan Johnson on the run. And Richarlison has got that technique down where he just uses the pace of the cross and guides it in. And the keeper's got no chance. He's only kind of 6 yards out. Yeah. Pleased for Richarlison. He'd missed a huge chance for us, maybe only 15 minutes earlier, that we were absolutely screaming at. It was a very stressful game. I think we'll be memed more today than I've been memed so far in these watch-alongs, that's for sure. I think there's definitely one bit where I screamed at Pierre-Emile Højbjerg for not playing a 5-yard pass on the right side. Oh no, it was when he madly made a pass to the player to Valise, who was already dead at that point. Yeah, unfortunately.
But the ball from Emerson, because Emerson had a little patch of just glory for like he was doing really good things.
10 seconds.
It was a little longer than that. It was about 5 minutes. Yeah. But that ball he put through to Johnson,
it was unbelievable.
Top, swerving inward on Johnson's run, so that Johnson can just go one time. The pass from Emerson is as good and makes the pass from Johnson work.
It is, and we should definitely give Emerson Royal some props for that, because a lot of the game today, I was very nervous when they had the ball at his feet. Bournemouth very cleverly were happy for him to get the ball and then press him very hard, and we were giving the ball away a lot. But look, Bournemouth had won 4, drawn one of their last 5 games, and we turned them over. Like you said, just like we did with Everton. I had a feeling we would. I think I called it 3-1 actually in the preview, interestingly. Somebody take a look back at that. But just got to get over the line. While we've got these injuries, we've got to find ways to get these points.
That's the biggest thing you could take out of this game, isn't it? That you could win a game like this with injuries. Injuries happening again.
Yeah.
And then you come through and like, you know, kind of 3-1 win sounds like we've kind of glided through that. And actually there's a little period in that second half where we should have scored again.
Yeah.
That could have been a 4-1 easy.
Yeah,
you know?
They all put their bodies on the line. They all showed desire today. Yeah. It was a good bounce back from the Brighton game where they seemed a little bit off. I mean, we didn't play our best game by any means, but Bournemouth had a lot to say about that. They were very impressive. Let's talk a little bit about the first we've seen of Big Ange losing his rag. And he didn't just kind of do it in what I describe as a performative way, like a lot of these managers do. He was really going for it. I don't know who it was, like one of their substitutes maybe, or coaching staff. But Ange saw the red mist big time. It'd be interesting to see what he says. You like a bit of that, surely?
I do. And Ange is screaming for the ball to go out of play. They're hurrying to take, so he's screaming at the guy for like they're trying to get Veliz off the pitch. Yeah. And obviously all the Argentinian players are going nuts, so it's making it worse. But I've never seen him. You saw him red in the face and going like that, like
Yeah, he was really going for it. I've seen in the comments again that someone thinks that Lo Celso had already been booked. So it could be that he's got a second yellow there.
Maybe a red,
which would mean a red because he got booked on the sidelines. One thing I would say about Gio, he loves getting involved in things unnecessarily. But could someone just get in the comments and let us know for sure whether he got booked twice or not? I'm really hoping he didn't.
I thought he got booked for the slide with the knees.
No, I don't think he did for that one.
Was it right? But it was around that period, right?
I had thought he'd got booked, but anyway. Most importantly, 3 points takes us. Just most importantly, keeps us in touch of those teams ahead of us.
That's all we needed.
And
really. Until we get our players back, we just needed to stay in with the pack. Because if we get our full team back, recover players, there's a chance that we could get on a run.
Oh my God, there's such a good chance of it. I just think when Madders comes back and takes games by the scruff of the neck, how often he would just come deep to get the ball up and play little intricate little 5-yard balls around to his other midfielders. Can
you imagine a situation where you have Madders and
Van der Ven?
You have in the midfield. You have Matters and Kulu and Bentancur, whatever which way you want. And Gio, but you take one off and you put one of them on, and then you don't lose anything. Actually, you gain something.
But isn't it mad that we talk like this, like it's a mythical possibility, whereas you're Man City and you financially doped for the last 15 years, and you just have every great 60 to 70 million pound player in the world.
But this is why I think we do look one of the best teams in the league, because these are tough games. We have 8, 9 players out, starters, and yet we're turning over teams who are the on-form teams in the league.
Yeah, I think the only game where we deserved to lose massively was Brighton. Yes. The rest, like Everton, I think deserved to get a point, but they didn't. We won that one. We should have beaten Villa. We should have beaten West Ham. We should have beaten Chelsea. Yeah. So look,
Brighton had our number, and we gave 2 penalties away. We didn't exactly make it good for ourselves. We made it hard.
Exactly. But there is something to be said. There is evidence to suggest from his previous jobs that the way that Ange gets them playing and the change in style does lead to injuries in that first season. So we're just having to roll with it. But it seems like with these transfer rooms, it seems like Levy's listening to him. They're trying to get this centre back in the next few days. Yeah. And that is an exciting departure for Levy, really.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. If we can just get through this little period, amazing to see Bentancur come back. It would be beautiful if we're talking about the next 1-2 weeks that Van der Ven's back. Madison has been quite quiet about it. I think he was told, because he was saying
he said it was a slow burner.
But you don't know how close he is to come back. You're probably saying inside a month we might have 3 or 4 big ones back. And then you've got maybe your players that you get. Maybe you get a Gallagher and a window. Fine. Maybe you get a Druggison now.
Yeah. No, I think if Gallagher was to happen, it would like the Højbjerg thing. It would be a matter of right at the back end. If that all gets done, it would be right at the end of the window.
Would you, at this point, looking at these performances, there's no way I would let Gio go. I just wouldn't let him go.
No way. I'd give him a new contract.
Yeah, he's looking so good.
I love the fact that he said that stuff in the program because that's the first we've heard from him being like, "Oh, I actually really like it here."
He's got
him a contract.
His girlfriend and all the wives of like the Argentine players are so happy. They're on one little community. They all like you see what they're ready to kill for.
Yeah, they're ready to kill for each other.
So yeah, it's beautiful to see.
Okay, guys. So it's 3-1 in the end. Thank you so much for watching In Your Sport.